Welcome to the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pitt Media.
Hello and welcome to the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report. Today we have Dr. James Taylor, Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer and Chief Talent Management Officer from Upmc. Dr. Taylor, welcome to the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report.
Craig, it's an honor and a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Sir, in doing some research for the podcast this evening, I see that you are Chief of Diversity and Inclusion as well as Talent Management Officer at Upmc. What is a typical day like for you, Doctor, with both titles?
It's a delight, it's an honor, it's a pleasure to spend time with you this evening, Craig, and Soul Pitt Media. So my colleagues and I, we really appreciate everything that you do to heighten visibility and raise awareness of pertinent issues, including health disparities that are ever present, certainly within our community. A typical day is relatively atypical for me, if you will. I've been at UPMC now for 6 years, and during that time with the organization, my role and scope have shifted. So I have the privilege of leading a few corporate functions that include diversity and inclusion, as well as learning and development, as well as talent management and organizational development, as well as human resources, innovation, and experience. So each of those 4 areas serve their own unique team, if you will, with different goals and priorities aimed at advancing the organization's mission and growing the business. So be it measuring employee engagement or linking culture to quality outcomes to better study and understand health disparities, or new employee orientation and our recent effort to decentralize our approach here, or community engagement efforts to really heighten our brand of life-changing medicine throughout our footprint. A typical workday and the bodies of work or the strategies that I focus on each day can widely vary from day to day, and I need that. I need that as an individual who's a bit of a type A personality. I'll say lastly to this question, regardless of the day, the central theme and focus of each team that I have a chance to lead is focused or centered around enhancing the culture that we have within the organization. I want our patients and our health plan members and our 92,000 employees to know that UPMC, that we have a culture of learning, that we have a culture of diversity, that we have a culture of innovation, not just because I say it, but because they feel it and they see it, and they too work to enhance it in our hospitals and our care locations and our administrative buildings throughout our footprint.
Now, Dr. Taylor, I also noticed when I was preparing for this podcast that you completed your undergraduate degree at Ithaca College in New York and your master's and doctorate degrees in California. Sir, what ultimately brought you to Pittsburgh?
I do have the privilege of having experience living in different communities. I grew up in upstate New York. I moved out west, as you noted, for graduate studies and began my career in the San Francisco Bay Area. I was subsequently recruited to Charlotte, North Carolina, so I lived in the South before coming here to Pittsburgh. A few factors that brought me to this community again 6 years ago. First, an incredible opportunity to serve as a senior executive with the largest academic medical center in the country and the largest employer here in the state of Pennsylvania. So even though healthcare is the only industry that I've worked in, academic medicine with a significant and strong research focus was new to me, and it was exciting and enticing to me. Certainly the opportunity for career advancement was central for me relocating to Pittsburgh. But secondly, I'll note, as you said, I grew up and I studied in upstate New York. And although I haven't lived there in well over 20 years, Pittsburgh is the closest that I've lived to Rochester in quite some time. And factors like being closer to aging parents and young nieces and nephews surely played a role in my transition to Pittsburgh. Third and lastly, I'll say the city itself. Beyond career opportunity, the few instances in which I've had to relocate to a new city, I'll tell you the culture and the tenor of the community have always been important. And the more that I spent time in Pittsburgh and the more curious and interested I became in wanting to help to shape the experience of those in Pittsburgh today. So for me, I'll share, I enjoy sports and I enjoy restaurants and lounges. I enjoy live music and theater. And I'll tell you, Pittsburgh has plenty to offer for those like myself who enjoy those factors. And I want to ensure that everybody has the same opportunity that I do to experience and enjoy and have access to the rich culture that exists here within our own backyard. The city, the community itself has been beyond inviting and engaging and welcoming to me during the short tenure that I've had in this community.
And having 6 Super Bowls, that didn't play any role, I'm sure.
The sports culture, I tell you, as someone who is a diehard sports fan, the sports culture in this community and the pride in this community as well. I've lived in different cities, as I've noted, and I've never lived in a community, and I say this authentically and transparently, in which there has been as much pride in a city as I found in Pittsburgh. Pittsburghers love Pittsburgh, and the history and the culture and the identity that's attached to the community. And I have a respect and an appreciation for that.
Now, Dr. Taylor, what are some of your diversity goals with UPMC?
In healthcare, we do a really good job of measuring and quantifying outcomes. That's the nature of what we do in this industry. And I'll tell you that this is no different for those of us who are diversity practitioners. And so as we establish and look at goals and how we advance bodies of work and strategies, we formed shortly after I came to the organization with board approval what we coined the diversity and inclusion agenda for UPMC. And that's a 4-pillared approach to advance this work in a substantive way with clear outcomes and metrics and measures and strategies across 4 pillars. And those pillars are workforce, their care delivery, its community, and its marketplace. And so envision, if you will, those 4 buckets of work in which there are multiple strategies that are encompassed within each of those 4 arenas that allow us to advance really meaningful work. I could go on and on and on and tell you about dozens upon dozens of specific goals or strategies that we'll have. I'll focus on 2, one from a care delivery perspective, the other from an employment perspective. First, we realize and we know certainly within our community that health disparities are real. From an access perspective, from a quality outcome perspective, they're real. And we naturally recognize the opportunity that we have, given our size and scope and resources, to really not just reduce, but eliminate health disparities of all types throughout our footprint. And so we've taken a very strategic and scientific approach to how we're measuring and looking at outcomes across primary care, across maternal and child health, across cardiovascular care within distinct and different communities, including McKeesport and Hill District and Homewood, and how we're being tailored and specific of eliminating health disparities across different communities that's so near and dear and important to us. Secondly, I'll say from an employment perspective, again, we recognize our size as the largest academic medical center in the country and certainly the largest employer in the state of Pennsylvania. And so there are any number of efforts by different population, be it nurses, be it physicians. I'll speak to one effort amongst the executive workforce at UPMC. We have about 450 executives system-wide throughout the organization. And just over 5 years ago, again, with board approval, with the engagement of our CEO and direct reports of the CEO, to look at how we go about increasing representation of our executive work. As you all know, it doesn't occur overnight, but we were very strategic and scientific in our approach and really laying out a 5-year goal, which just ended December 21. And our approach, again, was very measured, in which we said out loud, and we said it within the organization, we said it to the community, that we wanted to increase representation within our executive workforce for people of color by 40% over the course of 5 years. And we wanted to increase representation of women in our executive workforce by 20%. And so we had a 5-year period that we gave ourselves to really make strides and efforts to diversify the most senior level of employee within the organization. It was very strategic. It's very intentional. We accomplished those goals by looking at incredible diverse talent that we have in the organization already and how we advanced and promoted and really developed the pipeline. But also we identified incredible external talent from across the country because this is our executive workforce. We weren't just looking within the region, but we looked at talent across the country to showcase the organization and the opportunity that exists within to recruit and bring talent to Pittsburgh, as well as Erie and Harrisburg, Williamsport, and other parts of our footprint. Again, because I noted earlier, we do a really good job of measuring outcome in healthcare. As of December 31st of 2021, we increased representation of people of color over a 5-year period by 96%. The goal was 40%, we crushed that goal. And I'm proud of that. I'm really excited about it because it was so intentional. And we also made great efforts and strides in increasing representation of women by 19% over the same 5-year period. That's but one effort. I could speak to work and strategies and goals that we're doing within our nursing workforce, within our physician workforce, to recruit talent at all levels of the organization. But that's one that I wanted to specifically mention from an executive workforce perspective.
We'll be right back with the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place, the conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. Through all phases of life, Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Intermission is over. It's time to restart the arts. Join the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council as we safely bring our arts community back to life. It's time for our next act to begin. It's time to restart the arts. Find events and information at artsburg.org.
The Port Authority of Allegheny County is hiring. If you're looking for a long-term career, competitive wages, great benefits, and desire an opportunity where very few days are the same, check out the opportunities at portauthority.org. We are driven to improve transit in the region. That's portauthority.org.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pitt Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcast, and Soul Pitt television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pitt Media take you to that next level.
UPMC is committed to addressing the health disparities that disproportionately impact African Americans in our communities. By driving education, training, and programming, and building relationships with our community partners, we can ensure that all individuals and families have access to the preventive care, screenings, and treatment that can lead to healthier lives. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Yeah, who's this? Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub. Hey, my boy, what you got for me? Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks. What, sleeping with the fishes? Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers. The Godfathers? No, boss, Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories. Oh, how do you know so much about this place? Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week. What? Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
With a ramped-up commitment to investing in local Black-owned businesses, Duquesne Light Company, in partnership with the New Pittsburgh Courier, presents Small Business Spotlight, powered by DLC. Published twice per month, the Small Business Spotlight profiles 2 Black-owned businesses and provides each of them with a free quarter-page ad to promote their business. Do you know a business that should be featured? Visit newpittsburghcourier.com/Small Business Spotlight for more information.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. portauthority.org.
Intermission is over. It's time to restart the arts. Join the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council as we safely bring our arts community back to life. It's time for our next act to begin. It's time to restart the arts. Find events and information at artsburg.org.
Partner violence can take many different forms, such as physical, verbal, psychological, or financial. It may not be obvious to friends and family that a loved one is being abused. This is one reason someone may not come forward. They fear they won't be believed. If you or someone you know is experiencing any type of abuse, free and confidential help is available. Women's Center and Shelter of Greater Pittsburgh is here for all survivors of domestic violence. Support, counseling, and resources are a call or click away. Connect with someone who believes you today. Visit WCSbelieves.org. Again, that's WCSbelieves.org.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15219.
It looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
We're back with the Soul Pitt Media, Health, and Business Report. Now, Dr. Taylor, I have to say to you that every doctor that I've interviewed on this podcast, especially your minority doctors, they have a real vested interest in making a difference. I found that to be so refreshing, especially for a community that wasn't always the case. I have to take my hat off to UPMC and the doctors that you have recruited because they really want to make a difference.
The opportunity that we have is felt throughout the organization. We realize that the impact of healthcare goes beyond our hospitals. It goes beyond medical care. We talk about naturally life-changing medicine, and life-changing medicine exists outside of the walls of our hospitals. How we go about bringing healthcare to the community and meeting the community, particularly our community, meeting the community where we are and providing wellness. And I'll tell you, again, living in different parts of the country, wellness looks different across different cultures. We recognize that at UPMC and how we go about responding to the needs within each of our neighborhoods. Again, be that the Hill District, be that Homewood, be that McKeesport, or other aspects of where we have a presence in Harrisburg, et cetera. You know, we realize that it's not just hospital care, but it's community care and the role that we have as administrators and providers and certainly physicians. We take that seriously, and it's a part of our mission as an organization, a mission that myself and certainly physician colleagues so strongly believe in.
Now, Dr. Taylor, Soul Pitt Media continues to encourage our youth, and we try to let our youth know that nothing is out of reach. All it takes is hard work and dedication to be able to reach your full potential. What advice would you give the next up-and-coming Dr. Taylor as far as good advice and inspiration?
I'm not so sure I'd characterize this as advice, as the next generation of talent, undoubtedly, as they're doing so well right now, they're going to find their own way and build their own path to be excellent. I think of two lessons that immediately come to mind for me, and I'll talk about them from this perspective. I had the opportunity to conduct research on Black male CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. At the time, there were but 3, and that is 3 out of 500. The Fortune 500 represents, from a revenue perspective, the largest for-profit corporations that exist. 3 of those 500 at the time were led by Black men. Why Black men? Because that's who I am. And I was curious and interested in learning their past. In fact, in the history of the Fortune 500 list, as an aside, there have been only 19 Black CEOs, and that's out of about 1,800 chief executive officers. That's an aside and a topic for conversation another day. Each of the 3 of these individuals gave me time. They sat with me. They allowed me to ask my questions. They were patient with me, and they shared with me their successes, their learnings along the way. I was curious in learning 2 things from these individuals. The first was, what was your career ascension? In essence, how did you get to the top of your respective organization? At the time, these were companies that were household brands. We were all consumers of products and services that these 3 companies offered. Secondly, I was curious to learn what cultural trade-offs or compromises did you make to get to the top of your respective organization? In other words, how much did you sell out to get to the top of, again, household brands and organizations? And I shared this research, which again occurred nearly 20 years ago, because these three individuals offered me so many nuggets of wisdom as an early and young careerist that I continue to try and share and spread in different circles that I have access to and an opportunity to impart some degree of insight and knowledge. And so I would say, in direct response to your question, two thoughts that these leaders shared with me. The first is be willing to look at the truth, no matter how uncomfortable that truth may be, particularly within the aspect and nuance of your career and as you ascend within your leadership journey. And that includes the truth about yourself. That includes the truth about the product or the service that you deliver. And that includes the truth about the people that you have an opportunity to lead and manage. If your product stinks and your people aren't performing, pretending that just isn't so won't change anything. So at the same time, you don't have to beat yourself up. So finding a way to look at it and address it and move on is advice that continues to serve as a guiding principle for me today. Secondly, I would say, and I can hear the counsel in the words of the CEO that shared this with me at the time, of some things just take time. And that's especially true for culture change within large, complex organizations. I think that oftentimes we are so eager, especially at early careerists. I think back on my career, eager to grow, eager for the next assignment, eager for the next opportunity. And it was imparted on me. And I continue to share these words of wisdom today with early careerists and individuals who are remarkable talent, right? That some things just take time to fester, to share throughout the organization, opportunities to become available. I'll share this quick story in the interest of time. An individual that I continue to read and learn from on a frequent basis oftentimes tells the story about his willingness his desire as a child to grow older so that he could take on shaving. That was a big monumental stage for him. He wanted to shave. He was so eager to grow facial hair so that he could shave. And the author goes on to note that he would sit in the bathroom as his father would shave. But right before his father finished, he would excuse him for the bathroom so that his father could hide his razor out of fear that one day when he wasn't present, that his child would go into the bathroom and take a razor to his bare skin out of his eagerness to shave. And he goes on to note that it's amazing how the razor in this instance, which would one day be a tool for him to accomplish and achieve what he needed to, could be a curse if he got it too soon. And I share that again in response to your question for individuals that are eager to grow, that are eager to find their way, that again, some things just take time. And as you navigate your career and opportunities that will come your way, recognize the various landmines and opportunities and ways of continuing to demonstrate your talent and cultural nuance that resides within many organizations.
Dr. Taylor, I want to personally thank you for sharing that, because anyone who works for me in my capacity with Soul Pitt Media, I'm sure they will tell you that one of my favorite sayings is that the truth is not malicious. It's the truth. It's simply, if we can provide a better product and I tell you the truth about how we can get better, it's not personal and it's not malicious. It's just the truth.
It's the truth. Oh, yes. And we have to be open to it, right? And I have to remind myself of just that, right? The truth is just the truth at times. And I think in our eagerness for immediate, for fast, for change right now, and I've got to pull my own coattail oftentimes, many times throughout the course of a month, that the truth is just the truth. And sometimes change and growth just takes a little bit of time.
Absolutely. Now, Dr. Taylor, if someone was interested in a career with UPMC, how would they get started?
For starters, I would encourage everybody to visit careers.upmc.com. And if nothing else, I want listeners to understand the broad discipline of roles represented within our organization. There are very few roles or career paths that we don't have at UPMC. So naturally, everyone will think of healthcare. They'll think of broad clinical fields and roles such as nursing and doctors, et cetera. But I will tell you that There are a number of, for example, patient-facing non-clinical roles, such as security or food services or housekeeping services or facility management, or behind-the-scenes support services like those that I lead, or being a software developing engineer, or a marketing expert, or working within health plan services or IT. We offer opportunities for everyone. I want that message to be loud and clear to listeners today. It's not just the nurse and the doctor. Yes, we're blessed and we're fortunate to have great clinicians, and we want and need more. At UPMC, we have such a broad cross-section of opportunity that's existent within healthcare. I say that loudly to the audience, regardless of expertise or experience. And so, in fact, I think of, our discussion is so timely. We're hosting a virtual career fair tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And I encourage everybody, be you a student or a recent grad or a seasoned professional or a military member or a veteran or anyone who's simply looking to grow their career, they can register and explore opportunities to support their passions and experiences at UPMC.
Now, Dr. Taylor, I want to first of all thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. And I really would be remiss if I didn't say that you always have a partner with Soul Pitt Media. We are here to address some issues that directly affect our community, and we want you to know that we're here as a partner for you in whatever capacity that you would need us.
We so appreciate that, Craig, and know that we feel that partnership. We need that partnership, and we value it. This work isn't done alone by any stretch of the imagination, and by partnering with you, Craig, and Soul Pitt Media to ensure that key messages reaches the community in a way that we find valuable. We appreciate you. We appreciate the partnership and everything that you're doing throughout Pittsburgh and more broadly throughout our region. So thank you for this continued partnership.
Sir, I want to thank you for your time and look forward to working with you in the future.
Thanks so much for the opportunity.
We'll be right back with the Soul Pitt Media Health and Business Report.
It doesn't matter the time nor the place, the conditions or transitions. Doesn't matter who you are or who you're with. Before, now, and always. Through all phases of life, Duquesne Light Company is here for you.
Intermission is over. It's time to restart the arts. Join the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council as we safely bring our arts community back to life. It's time for our next act to begin. It's time to restart the arts. Find events and information at artsburg.org.
The Port Authority of Allegheny County is hiring. If you're looking for a long-term career, competitive wages, great benefits, and desire an opportunity where very few days are the same, check out the opportunities at portauthority.org. We are driven to improve transit in the region. That's portauthority.org.
Looking for a cost-effective way to help increase your company's bottom line? Look no further than Soul Pitt Media. With our award-winning print, internet, podcasts, and Soul Pitt television options, we can help your business get to that next level. For more information, contact Craig Dawson at 412-407-7685. That's 412-407-7685. And let Soul Pitt Media take you to that next level.
UPMC is committed to addressing the health disparities that disproportionately impact African Americans in our communities. By driving education, training, and programming, and building relationships with our community partners, we can ensure that all individuals and families have access to the preventive care, screenings, and treatment that can lead to healthier lives. Learn more at upmc.com/health disparities.
Yeah, who's this? Don Stogie, it's me, Nick the Nub. Nicky, my boy, what you got for me? Boss, I got the bundle on some bad news about your best customer, Sammy Sticks. What, sleeping with the fishes? Nah, he's still with Wanda, but he's been herfing with the Cigar Fathers. The Godfathers? No, boss. Cigar Fathers, you know. Friendly, knowledgeable staff, live outdoor patio jams, and a wide selection of cigars and cigar accessories. Oh, how do you know so much about this place? Well, boss, because I've been coming back all week. What? Hey, I'm sorry, Don Stogie, but with everything Cigar Fathers is offering, I couldn't refuse.
With a ramped-up commitment to investing in local Black-owned businesses, Duquesne Light Company, in partnership with the New Pittsburgh Courier, presents Small Business Spotlight, powered by DLC. Published twice per month, the Small Business Spotlight profiles 2 Black-owned businesses and provides each of them with a free quarter-page ad to promote their business. Do you know a business that should be featured? Visit newpittsburghcourier.com/Small Business Spotlight for more information.
The future of transit is now, and we are working to improve your ride. Look for bus tracking technologies and other innovations to keep you better informed. Getting around town has never been so easy. portauthority.org.
Intermission is over. It's time to restart the arts. Join the Greater Pittsburgh Arts Council as we safely bring our arts community back to life. It's time for our next act to begin. It's time to restart the arts. Find events and information at artsburg.org.
Partner violence can take many different forms, such as physical, verbal, psychological, or financial. It may not be obvious to friends and family that a loved one is being abused. This is one reason someone may not come forward. They fear they won't be believed. If you or someone you know is experiencing any type of abuse, free and confidential help is available. Women's Center and Shelter of Greater Pittsburgh is here for all survivors of domestic violence. Support, counseling, and resources are a call or click away. Connect with someone who believes you today. Visit WCSbelieves.org. Again, that's WCSbelieves.org.
Did you know that STD rates have increased in Allegheny County?
No, I did not.
Yeah, especially for people under 30.
Maybe I should go get tested.
In Allegheny County, symptomatic syphilis cases increased by 97% and gonorrhea cases by 18% in the past year. And having multiple STDs increases your chances of getting HIV.
Oh, wow. Do you know where I can go get tested?
The Public Health Clinic offers free walk-in STD and HIV screening located at 1908 Wiley Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15219.
And it looks like I know what I'm doing tomorrow, getting tested, and I'll make sure to spread the word.
For more information, call 412-578-8081 or visit AlleghenyCounty.us/HIV.
We're back with the Soul Pit Media, Health, and Business Report.
Hi, this is Debbie Norrell, and welcome to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report Community Calendar. March 19th is a date for Environmental Charter School Virtual Career Fair. On Saturday, March 19th from 9 a.m. until 10:30 a.m., potential applicants can meet the staff and learn about the school culture. ECS is seeking innovative and highly motivated individuals for a variety of positions for the 2022-2023 school year, as the district grows to a K through 11 public charter school. RSVP by March 17th at eCSPGH.org/careers to guarantee your spot at the ECS Career Fair. Are you on the annual list to receive an application to vote by mail? In fact, you may have already received your 2022 application from your county. If not, it's on the way. Voting by mail is a safe, easy, and convenient way to cast your ballot and make your voice heard. If you have any questions concerning voting in Pennsylvania, please visit vote.pg vote.pa.gov. Again, that's vote.pa.gov. Mark your calendar for the Healthy Start Gala. May 19th is the date, and tickets go on sale on April 1st. It all takes place at the Omni William Penn, and actress Tatiana Ali will be the guest speaker. For more information, including sponsorships, visit healthystartpittsburgh.org. Right now, big brothers and big sisters of Greater Pittsburgh have an urgent need for big brothers. For just a few hours, a couple of times a month, you can give a young boy the invaluable gift of your friendship that can start to change his life and yours. Learn more at bbbspgh.org/big. Pediatricians recommend the Vax. Why? It's as safe as many over-the-counter medicines. Talk to your doctor. Get the facts. You have the power to be informed. Vax, mask, test. Let's put COVID to rest. Learn more at pa.gov/COVID. Ruth's Way Consulting Services provides professional consultation services for parents raising young ladies by teaching them how to teach their own daughters essential life skills to achieve successful futures. Using Ruth's Way, highly successful and unique teaching style of interactive conversations. Learn about their 3 core services: Life Skills Online Masterclass, Achievement Consultations, and their online community. www.ruthswayconsulting.com, or for more information, call 412-573-1375. Thank you for listening to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, brought to you by Port Authority Employment. Looking for a great job with benefits? Check out their website, portauthority.org, and click on Careers. Thank you for tuning in to the Soul Pit Media Health and Business Report, hosted by Craig Dawson, Vice President, Soul Pit Media. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for your continued support.